It's the Almanac, a rap show. I got opinions and they all factual. No news, just information that you won't be able to use unless you're at a dinner party trying to impress who's in attendance with endless tidbits of nonsense. We're gonna have a good time, I promise. YouTube rabbit holes, Reddit deep dives, pulling out old interviews from the archives. Styles, fads, trends, all of that. It's the Almanac of Rap.
All right, boom, let me get this intro off.
All right, let's go.
Hold up. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Almanac of Rap. I'm your host, Donwill, and today's guest might look young, but don't get it twisted. He's an industry vet whose pen game is unmatched. Bar for bar, one of the illest MCs out, and if I see his name in song credits, I'm automatically pressing play.
I appreciate that, man. What's your name?
Ladies and gentlemen, Cory Gunz.
Salute, bro.
What's good, man?
Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it.
Listen, man, it's such an honor to have you at the table.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. I'm honored to be here.
Listen, we've been chopping it up a little bit before. I got a couple questions I want to get into with you. You know what I'm saying? We'll get back to what we're talking about, which is your upbringing, your history, and like all that shit. But in preparing for the interview, I saw that your catalog has been piling up.
Yes.
It's going crazy. Like, how do you stay motivated? Like, what's driving you right now?
My family, man. My family, my people around me. It's not just a me thing anymore. Like, I'm bred and I love hip hop. I'm not gonna even lie to you. Like, I'm a hip hop nerd, bro. Like, I'm a rap.
Yeah. That's
like,
why you're here.
Like, people will call it wasting time. I don't look at it as a second wasted. Like, any living breath I got in my body, if it's not for my family, it's for hip hop, man. So I take pride in a lot of things that people will be like, yo, are you serious? Like, all right.
That's a beautiful, I'm sure that, like,
I love hip hop, bro, so.
I'm sure that you've absorbed way more hip hop than the average human being.
Been working. I got a great team behind me. Shout out to Cash, shout out to Bianca, shout out to Black Song, shout out to like my whole team, bro. I'm gonna be real with you. Like, they've been keeping me consistent and on a different level of just doing more.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, it's not only with the rapping and anything else. It's just more like doing what I gotta do and getting me not comfortable, but more acclimated to adapting with the evolution of the game. You know
right, because the game has changed. You've weathered the storm. You've been through so many different phases of the game.
Yeah.
And like, I want to ask this question later, but we here now, so fuck it. Like, streaming era versus mixtape era. What's your favorite?
It's different dynamics I would take with that. Like, the mixtape era, it was more of like, you knew you had to get your sources directly from the street or some sort of way, shape, or form. You had to go get that tape from, whether it was your barbershop, whether it was your local, your movie man, whoever it was, you know, you had to get that tape from a particular place or whatever. Like, with the streaming era now is more accessible, so I don't look at it as a downfall, but there are certain things, and I feel like there's certain ways that it can be, like, attacked at from certain angles to make it more exclusive and to bring that dynamic to it. But now it's just become so much more like, yo, he can rap, I can rap, he could dance, I could dance, he could jump, I could jump. It's become so accessible that people who really love it, or people that it's like, yo, am I gonna waste my time clicking this shit? Like, is this clickbait or is it what, like, you know what I mean? But certain things, like, I love rap so much, and like you said earlier, like, my name is everything to me, bro. Like, my name is, I want you to at least know that when you see my name, like you said earlier, you click that shit and know that you're gonna get, you're not wasting your time.
Never have heard a bad Cory Gunz verse.
Thank you, bro. That's how I try to keep it, because I know how it is, man. I don't want nobody to ever think or feel like, yo, bro.
And speaking of Cory Gunz verses, you got the Lucy Pack going right now,
yes,
the Lucy Pack series.
Yes, sir.
And on the third one, I noticed you got Chris Rivers.
Deluxe on the way. I'm sorry to cut you.
Chris Rivers and Deluxe on the way.
Deluxe on the way.
That's your camera, that's mine. Deluxe on the way. You got Chris Rivers and J1 on there, right?
Yes, my brothers.
So my question to you is there like a Sons of Rappers group chat?
Those are my brothers. It's our generation. Nah, like, I wish it was.
That's just fire, man.
I wish it was. Shit, like, and what's so dope about Chris and about J1 is we're so similar and so different at the same time. Like, J1 is somebody I would definitely hit up and be like, yo, bro, should I do this, or should I be moving this way, or should I wear this, or should I do this, or should I do this, or how you feel like me being it? Like, we all offer something to each other. Like, I'd be lying if I sat here and said, yo, I tell this one this, or I do. To me, it's no, like, it is an age on it as a respect level, but it's still, we all are individuals.
What's the age difference between you and J1? Is he 20s?
Yeah, I
Okay,
believe
okay.
J1 is, how old is J1? 27,
Okay, like a 10-year gap. Okay, yeah.
I'm definitely I know on fire on camera, I'm definitely way older than him. But the fact that
And you
him,
and Chris about the same age, right?
almost, I'm
Okay.
older than Chris too.
Oh, okay.
But there's, and mind you, those are 3 different dynamics and 3 different generations, 3 different styles, 3 different views and perspectives of art that are brought to the table. So with each other and how I feel rap and just art and life works in itself is just life. To me, we all have different, whether it's skill sets, whatever it is we bring to the table, we all have things that we bring to the table for a reason, to help each other with.
Yeah.
So it's like, why would I, even if it's a line, why would I feel a way hitting J1 up like, yo, bro, is this it? You think this is, nah, bro, you could have said that better, or you could have did this. That's my, as well as that's my little bro, that's my peer. He's a man
Right.
still. I don't classify him as a little brother. He's a grown-ass man.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a lyricist, he's an artist, he's an entrepreneur. So I value and validate his opinion as I would somebody that's my age or somebody that's done whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a certain respect and it's a dynamic that comes with that. Like,
Yeah.
so.
And I think a lot of hip-hop fans like me, when we found out that Jadakiss had a son that
And
rap,
he's nice, by the way.
dead
not to
nice.
cut you
This
off.
nigga is crazy.
J1 walks on shit. That's my statement, and that's where I'm leaving it at, and that's it. J1 is not just a regular. You're not gonna just sit there and expect one thing from him. Don't
Yeah.
expect to sit there and get listened and mind blown by one line or one mind blown by there. He's a how would I say this? A calculated, and no, that's perfect. He's a calculated
yeah.
artist.
That's a good way to put it.
It's nothing that, and then what people fail to realize too, in their sense, in Chris and his, I look at, somebody can be younger than you and you admire them as well.
Yeah, exactly.
J1 has a fucking degree in psychology.
Had no idea.
So it's like, you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like people would be quick to, bro, you don't know, like, all of us are gifted and blessed with talents and gifts and certain skill sets for us to help the next. It's not for us to be better than the next. That's how I grew up, that's how I was raised, and I don't want to be the guy with everything that does everything that has all the, I don't want all the answers.
yeah, you know, they say the high tide raises all the
I
shit.
don't want all the outfits.
Yeah.
I don't want all the jewels. I don't want all of that. I want to be able to, I like to me, life is evolution and growth, and the feeling, to me, I get more of a fulfillment in the path rather than the destination.
I can tell.
You know what I'm saying?
But
Like,
speaking of evolution and growth, right now you got the Militia.
yes.
You got your crew. So tell me about the Militia. Like what?
Shout out to Moo, shout out to Reese, shout out to Dashi, shout out to Pax, all my bros. Shout out to my bro Scat. Shout out to a lot of my bros that even, it's people that aren't all artists in this thing, and
and those are valuable people too.
and they stand
Everybody's
in,
not.
and they stand in for the bigger
Yeah.
picture for us, whether it's through merch, whether it's through putting a sticker somewhere, whether it's through a shout out, whether it's a post on their page. Everybody plays a very, very, very detrimental part in what we have going on. So it's a conglomerate of us, bro. Like,
Yeah, like my question is, it appears that you're taking like the leadership role, like the team captain kind of position, and it sort of mirrors the
I'm
position
a leader
that,
of leaders, not to cut you off.
Absolutely,
A
because
leader of
everybody
leaders.
stands in their
I
own shit.
don't want to be nobody's boss. I don't want that. I don't want
Yeah.
that responsibility because I'm still learning life.
But my question for you is like it kind of mirrors the relationship of like Wayne and Young Money. Like what sort of stuff did you learn over there that you're applying with the Militia?
That's what I do. I move on experience. Like, it would be a fool of me and a fool of, like, Wayne wouldn't respect it if I wasn't passing them jewels on and doing certain things. Like, that's part of what the growth and the process is, and it's certain things that come with that. Like, some people will shun that. Some people will look at it like, yo, bro, you with this dude, so it's easier for y'all. Nah, you give them tools, but then again, you want that. Like, I saw some recently with LeBron, like, and his son. Why wouldn't you want to help your son be on the same team as
Right.
you? Why wouldn't you want your son to have the access and the stuff that you have access? Like, it's become so weird on the internet and just, not just there, just period with people that they feel like, it's like, yo, if you were in the position, not only would you do it too, but it's like, why not?
Why not?
You know what I'm
Why
saying?
not provide those opportunities for your family?
It makes no
and
sense
for somebody
to
who
me.
has the same interests.
It
You know
makes
what
no
I'm saying?
sense to me. And LeBron, shout out to LeBron, shout out to my bro Rich Paul, that's my guy, that's my bro. I've been going back with them. Like, Rich Paul's my nigga.
And while we talking basketball,
Shout out to my Godfather, man.
You know where I was going, right?
Diesel Dog Mafia, man. I know what it is. DDM, Diesel Dog Mafia. Catch him at all the festivals. He's a DJ. He's everything.
He's
He's my mentor. He's everything. Like,
this dude is one of the most. He's one of the most amazing people.
But more importantly, he's hip hop.
He's hip hop. Yeah,
he's hip hop.
He's a fushnicken. He's a true fushnik.
He's a hip hop.
You know what I'm saying?
He's hip hop.
And he can rap. He can fucking rap.
He's hip hop, bro.
It blew my mind.
He could freestyle.
That he could rap that well.
He'll come in here and rhyme about all of us, everything we got.
And for people that don't know who we're talking about, we're talking about Shaquille O'Neal, aka Shaq, aka Shaq Diesel. So my question is, he put out your Pops record. He signed your Pops to Twism, that label, put out that record. And my question is, he's your godfather, so you were clearly around him. Like, what was it like, man? Like, he's such a larger-than-life figure.
He's another one like my dad, bro. He's another one like my dad that you got to earn your keep. They expect the odds is on us. They know the relationship. They expecting a certain thing. If you notice, even in my journey, in my musical journey, you haven't seen him over like as much as he wants to. And I'm keeping it all the way real, like on this camera now and in front of everybody now. It's been plenty times and plenty things and plenty conversations I had with him where he's like, yo, I'm about to just step in and take over this whole situation. Like, what we doing? Like, and I'm like, yo, let me.
I'm
not telling him let me, but I'm like, yo, big, let me. And he's doing it out of the kindness of like, all right, I'm gonna let you go, but I know what it takes, nigga. So go do your thing, which I respect. That's how we raised you and made you. But at the end of the day, I know what it takes, and it's but so patient I'ma be.
This is a question, a strange question, but whatever. Like, how tall is he in real? Like, I can't imagine how tall.
I never look at like it's certain things and
like, are you up to like his rib cage? Like in my mind,
hell no.
He's taller than that. Like, I've seen him for scale. I've seen pictures of him on the internet next to people, and I'm like, I can't imagine.
That's my god dad, nigga. I've been punished. I've been in shape like where like, oh, that's my god. Like in this mid interview, he could call me right now and be like, yo, bro, and I'll be on some like.
I would love it if you took a call from Shaq in the middle of it. That would be crazy.
That's my godfather. But one thing I could say with him, bro, I'm not gonna lie, he's hip hop, bro, and he's all for. A lot of the reasons and a lot of the things I'm doing and moving the ways I'm moving is because of him.
He's one of the first basketball players that I saw
literally
actually
because
rap.
of him.
Oh,
yes.
shit. Yeah, he's one of the first ones, yeah.
Like motivational wise, whether it's mental, like anything, he's helping me. Like on a note of whether it's me looking at him or anything that he has going on, like that's my family. It's big, it's deeper than rap or deeper than even the title of a Godfather. That's my family.
Another guy who mentored you in the game, or I had you in the game, is Nick Cannon.
That's my guy. That's my big brother.
My question for you is a silly question. Are you godfather of any of those kids?
Nah, yo, it's not a silly question though. Like,
what's he at? What number? He's at like.
I don't want to say the wrong number and be bad because
have you taught him?
I couldn't even tell you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say that. I know how many brothers and sisters I got.
Shouts to Nick Cannon. I love Nick Cannon, man. I love Nick Cannon.
But Nick is my guy, man. Nick is my guy, bro. Nick don't do no wrong in my eyes. Nick is a person that, on a real level, on a ground level, I've seen him change lives. So it's deeper than rap or deeper than any political or any funny shit with. Like, it's a different relationship I got with him. Like, I don't fuck with any of the posts or any of the bullshit. Whoever got to say whatever about him, that's cool, and that's cool with them and what they got going on or whatever, and there's no disrespect, no shade, but I fuck with him on a real family level, and there's a lot that come with that too. So it's like,
and as a man and as a businessman, Nick Cannon, he's a comedian, so people like, they feel like they can like approach comedians differently. Nick Cannon is by and far one of the best businessmen.
Nick Cannon has changed more lives in my face than I've seen, and people will attest. Like how people is coming out with exposing people will come on and expose him with helping them change their life. And he has a lot more followers and a lot more people behind him who he's put in position to make a better living for themselves and their kids and their families than people who could like say or do whatever they want to say to try to slander him or play him on all that corny shit and all that. He's changed lives and helped a lot of real individuals that won't even entertain that. So I don't try to delve into all of that other shit. That's cool. Like with whoever, but I know him and I know the people who's changed and I know he's put a lot of people in position to help them. So certain things are not my business and I try to stay out of that and and it is what it is, but I'm a street nigga too at the end of the day. So I know what comes with all that and I know what he's done for me and I know what he's done for a lot of other street niggas. So
I was halfway expecting to see the incredible chain, you know?
yeah, it's home. I had it on. I wear it. I bring it out.
Yeah,
Like I brought it out for the On the Radar joint. I did the.
That's where
I bring it out here and there, like, and that was a birthday gift. That wasn't nothing that I got through a contract or through
So
no
beautiful.
funny business or no other shit like that. That was just him on the strength of just trying to help me get in the situation, giving me. I got to toot my own horn on this. The first rapper with his own reality show
Talk about it. Heavy talk right there.
that didn't have to do no funny shit or
Heavy
that
talk.
got my own reality show before I got my record deal and got the deal, and that actually complimented everything that. It all felt just the universe aligns things in certain ways, so it's like I didn't have to do any certain shit for him to do a lot of the shit he did for me, and that's what separated him from a lot of people with me from the beginning.
Yeah.
So I fuck with him, man, wholeheartedly. Like that's my big brother on a personal level. Like anything to do with anything outside or anything else that's going on, that's none of my business. Whatever he has with other relationships he has with other people or any little banter, whether it's on Instagram or any, I'm not really a social media nigga. Like,
Stay off that shit.
so I use it for what it's
Yeah.
for. It's a platform, and I use it for that. But
Use
a
it to
nigga
drop
that's
some
really
gems.
like, I'm not with all of the other antics and the shit other people do.
Yeah, so you've had a lot of mentors and a lot of good, strong people in your corner, and I would be remiss not to ask about Lil Wayne.
Yeah, it's my big
Because
brother.
What's the relationship like with him?
That's my big brother.
Big bro? Lil Wayne is like, he's definitely, like watching his career trajectory, watching him go from like being like in the Hot Boys to that
That's my
infamous,
big brother,
the
man.
infamous, what was the mixtape series, Squad Up series, where he's like ripping the pages out the notebook as he's spitting, you know what I'm saying?
had
Like
all of
throwing
his-
all the rhymes away and shit.
I had all his tapes. I had his
I had a
squad.
bunch of them, but yeah, like I would imagine you were studying that shit.
I had his
So
mixtapes.
how did it feel to be full circle and like him to be like your bro? You know
To
what I'm
this
saying?
day, it still be a little weird because there's moments I catch myself in and I'm in the studio with him and I look and I know he probably will like look at things like he'll probably look at this interview and look at things I've said and done
What up, Wayne?
and be like, yo, I didn't know it was, and it's like, yeah, nigga, like I asked for your album for Christmas.
That shit's crazy.
Like it was on my Christmas list. So it's like when I'm in the studio with somebody that I hold at such a regard and they fuck with me too and they respect me, excuse my language, I don't know if I can curse.
Nah, you good.
And they respect me on a certain level, bro. It's like damn, like where like
So y'all about the same age, right?
nah.
He's a little
He
older.
got me a little few years.
Okay, cause in my mind y'all were both like he's been rapping since.
We around the same age,
Yeah.
yeah, but he's
been like y'all have both been like rapping for around the same period of time.
He
so
OG though, yeah.
You guys kind of have like a Jedi like
He's
a
OG.
Jedi like telepathy understanding of each other and what life is.
It's a lot of shit I do and a lot of ways I move, whether it's certain things. It's a lot I learned from Wayne, bro. Like it's a lot I learned from him.
That's a good
From the way he carries himself, to the way he respects everybody, to the way he rhymes, the way he delivers. It's a lot of gems he's given me that I wouldn't give on camera.
Speaking
But it's
of-
just a lot that he's a great mentor, great person, great big brother. And he's just a solid individual and a man of his word, bro. Like I'm direct with him. Like if anything, and that's rare for me dealing with any. People will say like it's a deal, record label, da. Like I call my CEO. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
my brother, nigga. That's my big brother. So it's like he's my CEO, and there's that respect there. But at the same time, there's like, yo, what's up? Like what you got going on? What you doing? What you da. That ain't. You need to do this. You need to. I bet. Cool. Like that's my brother.
So before we continue the interview, there are 3 people that can potentially call you right now. Shaq, Nick Cannon, and Lil Wayne could interrupt this interview at any moment. Feel free to call. He's right. But another person
That's a fact.
another person who could probably call right now, who's like OG Supreme, is your pops.
Oh, all the
Well,
time.
So my question, like, for those who don't know, who've been under a rock.
I wouldn't know none of them or know the respect or to have. I wouldn't have understanding of any of those individuals if it wasn't for my father.
Yeah, and for those of you watching who don't know, his father is Peter Gunz.
Yes.
His father is Uptown Baby. His father is an incredible, impactful artist.
Probably my favorite rapper.
His favorite rapper.
Not
Cory Gunz'
probably,
favorite
he
rapper.
is. He's my favorite artist, but I'm saying probably my favorite rapper because it's rap.
So-
artist-wise, as far as like a person that could pick up an instrument, a person that could create something great from nothing.
Yeah, because he's a musician.
That's my dad.
So my question, we were talking about it a little
My
bit
dad
earlier.
is over everybody to me in my eyes.
We were talking about it a little bit earlier before the camera started rolling, but like, what was it like growing up with like, not only somebody that was like encouraging your dreams, but like somebody who had a blueprint, who you could just see, it was
He knows
tangible.
what comes with it.
Yeah.
So it's like, as much as I love you and you my son and I want to tell you what you're doing is good or anything like that, it would be better off for you if I told you that shit was whack rather than somebody else and you go into depression or anything like that. Like, so my dad ain't ever cut me no slack, bro. Like, he set a standard for me to go above. He set a standard for me to be like, yo, this is it. Anything else has to be over this. It can't be nothing less than this. It has to be this. It has to be that. My pops didn't make, nothing was easy coming to me. Like, I done been in the studio with him prior years before I started doing my own solo shit and writing my own rhymes. And it would be, of course, it would be him and the stuff he wanted me to deliver and the stuff he written for me before when I was about 10 years old. Then I had, around 11, 12, I started like, yo, I'm gonna write my own shit. I really wanna do this. Like, I wanna test my shit. I'm running around out here battling niggas from every borough, every state. I'm sneaking out 3 in the morning, going to fucking Boston, battling niggas, sneaking back home before
At 11?
Before the bell ring. Yes.
Shit.
Before the bell rings, I'm home. Shout out to my big cousin Jim. Grandma, God rest my grandma's soul. You can't get in trouble, so I definitely gave you up. They used to sneak me out. Him and my cousin Johnny, God rest his soul. We go from Harlem to as far as Boston or different states to get to show niggas what it is. Like, at a little age, like I'm 12, 13 years old, going and I'm in the arena with grown men. I think they like that. And some, like, I'm not gonna sit here and toot my horn up front like but I stood the test of time. Like, I left with respect. Every time. That's all I'm gonna say.
So wait, so like going around battling at 11 and traveling and doing that at 11, my next question is what's like one of your earliest memories of being on stage?
Stage? I was about 2.
2?
Yeah. My dad brought me out. God rest my Uncle E. He just passed 2-3 days ago. His birthday was September 11th. God rest my Uncle E. They would bring me out. And one thing with my dad, when I was 1 or 2, when they playing music or they playing something, I had rhythm at 2. So I would hear some shit, then they would stop it, and I would stop. So they capitalized on that, like, yo, we gonna bring him out, or at the show, or whatever we doing. Like, my dad had like numerous groups before him and my uncle. Shout out to my uncle Lil Tariq.
Money Boss Players.
MVPs, man. Before that, man. Like, my dad had Gun Runners, Posse Deep. They were both a part of Gun Runners, actually, him and Uncle Lord. Before that was Posse Deep.
Dude, like just the people you get to call family.
Yeah.
It's insane.
He's another one that, like, that's why I am how I am, bro. Like, you gotta understand, like, outside of my dad brings a different musical aspect, and then it's Uncle Lord. Uncle Lord is on some street, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, all right, I gotta mix these two. I gotta be able to I gotta bring both of these styles together. I'm a mixture of my dad and Tariq. That's what people don't realize. Like, I'm the street, and I'm the music.
Yeah.
Together.
I see it now. Like I literally, it just made sense.
That's what raised me. That's what bred me. People won't take the time. It's in their face.
Yeah, it's literally because you were like a product of that.
But when they go to Googling Lil Tariq and seeing the music he got with Jay, Nas, and Big and all that, and they hear the content, and then they hear my dad and see what he's doing, and they're gonna be like, oh shit.
So okay. Speaking of like you have such a heavy musical family.
Yeah.
I want to get into a little bit of studio talk. My question for you is, are you an on the spot writer, or do you like to come to the studio with stuff?
I do everything, bro.
Are you just versatile? You play the whole thing. You do the whole thing.
It's things that you might be able. I might hear something on the spot and get something and gotta go in the booth then and there. And then there's things that I'll sit and live with and I'll record it, or I'm just an artist, bro. Like, there's no time limit, or there's no. If we have a deadline, or if we have something to do, or if it's a situation at hand where a record needs to be done, it all takes, like, it's different processes.
Yeah.
Especially with me. So it's like, it depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for something on a certain level, then it takes time. Sometimes things hit you then and there, and you gotta just do it. Like, a lot of my best shit comes from that. Like I'll hear something, and whatever I hear, like energy-wise, sometimes the words don't always come to me then and there. But there's a melody or there's a cadence or there's a certain energy that I need to capture then and there on the spot, and I'll do it. Then I'll come back, fill the words in later, or I'll just knock the shit out then and there.
I would imagine you spend a lot of time in the studio.
Yes.
Like out of 7 days in a week, on average, how many days a year?
As of recently, because I had a little boy, shout out to my little boy.
Oh, congratulations, man.
Yeah, thank you, bro. As of recently, I've been more so just on a writing tip. Like I've still been in the lab, but not as much as I usually go.
You're not hanging out in the lab. You're just going there to drop the shit.
Going to do what I gotta do and spin, but I really like love the studio. Like my process and if I had to choose or live a life, it would just be me making the music and going to perform it.
Okay. and knowing you have a kid now, I gotta ask, like, how has that changed? Like, has it changed your creativity?
I got twins,
your writing?
Man. I got twin daughters.
Okay.
They're older.
So you've been a pops.
Yeah, I've been a dad. Man.
How has being a dad influenced your creativity and your art and your work in general?
It's been more of a, it's not just for you and that they're listening type of thing. But at the same time, it's me having to be authentic and be what I was also raised seeing, and also like finding myself, my sound, my individuality, and being comfortable with being myself around them as well. So it's like having to, like, at certain points in time, and a lot of artists, some people might not resonate with them as much. Like you'll hear or see shit, and then you'll go through something, and it might change your whole perspective on everything. Like, as long as you know who you are and what you're doing and all that shit, like, your kids are gonna respect, embrace, and know the difference. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I don't find myself saying like, yo, I'm gonna change my whole because this and this and that. Whether they learn it from me or they don't, they're gonna hear it or see it from somebody else. So just sticking to my authentic, true self, making the same content, staying to what I stand firm on, but at the same time, knowing, like, if anything from me that they hear is just learning the growth and loving what you do.
And as a dad, you kind of want to have, like, you're an artist too, so you want to have these documents of who you are as a human. Yes. They're gonna hear them anyway.
Yes.
So, like, you can't hide the good, the bad, the ugly. You gotta be your total self, and that probably lets you.
Shit from my dad. I'm like, yo, my nigga, what? Like, yo, skits, all sort of shit. So I'm like, yo, I don't.
That probably lets you walk differently because you know that, like, you can't hide anything from your kid. You know what I'm saying?
No, not at all. Especially in this age, in this era, they could. There's access to, they could probably tell me more about me than I can tell them.
So speaking of influences, Pops is your favorite rapper, number one. If we got to talk influences though, like what other rappers influenced some of your style the greatest? Like, had the greatest impact?
Everybody who sounds like themselves. Everybody who sounds like themselves. The Jay-Z's, the Nas's, the Big Puns. Of course, Biggie and Pop. That go with everybody's. You got Jadakiss. He doesn't sound like anybody to me. You got Twista. He doesn't sound like the names I got and I'm mentioning don't sound like Andre 3000. So many people. Fucking Corrupt. Snoop.
Corrupt. People don't say Corrupt enough.
Dre is one of my biggest influences. I'm not a producer or nothing, but Dr. Dre, hands down, is like, just from a. I love music, bro. So I'm like, I don't consider myself, like, you know what I'm saying, a savant or nothing, but I grew up listening to
I would say you're a savant. I would definitely call you a savant.
I grew up listening to Prince. I grew up listening to certain people that give me a certain understanding and a certain appreciation for the way a chord will make you feel in a certain room where the sound is projected right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a little more
That's
deep.
some heavy nerd talk, my nigga, and I fuck with that. I fuck with that.
When I'm mentioning people like Dr. Dre, it's like his mixes and his attention and his focus and his attention to sound.
Not even to derail your thought, but like when I heard I think it was Eminem Slim Shady album, like the space he would leave in beats, like you would never heard that much negative space in a beat, like just the fucking snare drum just echoing. I was like, bro, what the fuck is happening?
M is a rapper that my dad had to take me to pick up his shit, even if he was featured on a song. I remember I had my dad take me to Tower Records to pick up it was a Ruckus Records album, Sound Bombing. I don't know if it was
Many Man. I think that wasn't Many Man.
Any Man.
Any Man, yeah.
Me and my dad went to Tower Records for that, just for that song.
That's crazy.
Because I wanted to study it.
Yeah.
I already had his other shit. I want to study the shit. Like, I got in trouble for going on a train by myself to get his first album.
You got his album.
But that's not the. I've done that shit, but like it's many albums I done got in trouble just going to, like that would be most of my punishments would be me sneaking off to get on a train and go to the music store to pick up my shit.
And that's why you are who you
gonna
are.
ground me. I'm gonna go in my room anyway and blast this shit. So I might as well. It's not grounding to me.
Yeah,
sit and lock in.
it's thank you.
like, all right.
Now I can just actually study.
Grounding me, I'm gonna blast this shit. Like that's it. So
we know you're a studio, like just you're a studio rat when you want to be.
Yes.
But my question is, who would you want to lock in with and work with?
I gotta
what's
give
your
a
list?
shout out to Missy too, man.
Oh, come on, yeah.
Missy is like.
Did you catch her tour?
I didn't. Her cousin, shout out to Cortez Ellis. Missy is she's one of my influences as well. Like, I know Wayne said it recently and shit, but like, he said it for a reason. Missy is fucking incredible, bro. Like, she doesn't get, to me, a lot of just due that she deserves as far as being an icon in music, not just hip hop. Like, she's fucking ridiculous.
I think we're getting around to giving her the credit she deserves. I think it's coming, but it took
ridiculous.
way too long.
I know she just got a street named after her and stuff in VA and stuff too, but like Missy has when you sit and think of what she's done and who she's inspired and influenced and who she's been around and what she's done, like, bro, come on, bro. VA stand up.
VA stand up. So speaking of, we're talking about influences and artists that greatly influenced you and impacted you. What about the up and comers? Like, are you tapped into the drill scene at all?
Of course, man. I listen to everybody. My thing is too, this is what gets me mad a little bit with our culture.
Oh, you really study. You still actively study. I love it.
Because I know how to fall back and let something be that's not for me.
Yes. Thank you.
I don't have to have an opinion on how they do. It's not fun. It's them. I can enjoy it and not be a part of some shit and still enjoy it like I am. Dudes be bugging. Like, I'm not judging anybody. Mind you, DMX said this. He was like, for everybody, and it's only in our culture, for everybody that you shit on, they feed in a family, bro. Like, why would you hate or feed or shit on somebody that's trying to feed their family and get out of a situation, especially out of the Bronx, New York, Chicago, wherever you from, the hood, period. We know where we come from.
Yeah.
The hood. We from nothing. So it's like, why would I sit here and take a given opinion on some shit on a platform with who I am, knowing what impact it can have on that person feeding their baby? I don't understand how a lot of people do shit like that.
Speak power to
themselves
things.
hip hop.
Yeah, you speak power to things you want magnified.
Yes.
You don't just try to chop some shit down just to do it arbitrarily. I fuck with that. Yeah.
It's just crazy to me, like, but I listen to all of it. I like it. I like the energy. Some of the content I'm not gonna sit here and sugarcoat with and agree with niggas I don't agree with. Feel like a lot of them be making themselves hot and be setting themselves up for failure before they get to know what life is in certain senses, but that don't take away from the genre or the art or the people that's around me, the people that's doing the shit to do it to make to get that bread.
Man, that's an eloquent
That's
answer.
basically what it is. Like, anybody else is doing it for just whatever other reasons. I don't hate, period, but if you're doing that shit to get a case, I'm not pressing play, nigga. I don't want to hear it because now
I'm not an accomplice.
Now I'm conspiracy with you, nigga. When I hear it, I know what you did. I don't want to hear that. Then you scaring the money away. Like, a lot of I don't want no drill feedback for this. This period, this rap, this whatever you're doing. Bro, nigga, nobody want to attach themselves to that. Like, y'all look at it and think, like, yeah, it's quick cash out, controversy, they gonna come with you. No, bro. In the long term, nobody want to attach themselves to that. So even if it's for the quick views or the quick few million or for whatever record you got buzzing or generating, they're gonna attach themselves to that. But then as soon as you can't come with another one or as soon as you ain't doing no, whether it's a crime or a record that's on niggas' radar, on to the next. So it's like, yo, I respect and embrace the people that's doing the shit for whatever reason, however they feeding their family, and it's dope and it's really music, and I respect that shit. Like, I'm not one that's gonna sit here and hate or, yo, they all talk about smoking they ops and killing, Yo, bro, I'm listening for what I'm listening to it for, and that's what it is. But the message is it is what it is. I said what I said.
Spoke like a true student of the game. Like, there were a lot of jewels in there, and there was a lot of stuff in there that like only a person that's been in the game as long as you can have that viewpoint. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna hate, but it's like, I'm not gonna join the circus, nigga.
Yo, so is there anything you got coming up? I mean, I know you got the Militia cooking, but like, you know what I'm saying? What y'all got cooking what do y'all got on the stove?
We got some shit. Shout out to, like I said, my bro Cash, Black Song. Shout out to Bianca. Bianca's in here. Shout out to Quiet. Shout out to the whole team, man. Militia, Pax, motherfucking Reese, Moolery. We all, excuse me, we got a project coming out. We got a project out right now. We got Lucy Pax 3 out. Lucy Pax 3, the deluxe is coming out. Top Gun is coming out. And we gonna hit y'all with some other stuff right before Christmas, Thanksgiving, in that area.
What's Top Gun?
Top Gun is what it sound like. Top Gun is a project we've been working on. It's my project, but it's like,
oh shit.
Go what we talked about with the movie.
Yeah.
It's a movie. It's a movie. Top Gun. That's what you want to hold yourself to, high regard. That's what I'm going. I feel like I'm an adrenaline junkie, bro. So it's like, I love a challenge. I love it, man. Top Gun, that's it.
Word.
Top Gun, man. You hear it, you know what it is and what it applies to, what I mean, what I'm trying to do. I'm just tapping in, man.
That Pack series,
Fly
the Pack series and the Militia joints, like so many different styles and like types of songs are just touched on in the joint.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
Thank you, I'm excited. I got a joint with Wayne. I got a lot of shit I'm working on, bro, that I'm excited for, that I just want to hear, like, musical, like, people that are hip-hop, like yourself, and y'all are going to understand and hear it and be like, all right, bro. Y'all going to give me the pass when y'all hear the shit. So
you already got the
right.
pass, man. I'm tapped in, and I heard you say a joint with Wayne.
We got some shit, yeah.
Oh, my
Hit
God.
Who shot you?
My last question is out of the realm of music, because I heard that you like movies.
Yes, I love them.
So my question is, I'm not gonna ask you to like tell me your favorite movie or whatever.
I don't have
My
one.
question is, what are you excited to see? Like, is there a film coming out that you're looking forward to, or is there anything like any series that exists right now that you want to
I
watch?
want to see Gladiator too. Shout out to Denzel Washington. Shout out to John David. Those are family members. Rest in peace to Ed Woods. Those are like people.
Oh, rest in peace to Ed Woods. Yeah.
Those are people I consider family. Ed Woods is my dogs. I wouldn't know them too if it wasn't for him. And just meeting them, I feel like they're extended family. I'm not gonna sit here on this interview and lie like I speak to them every day. We see each other. That I've had a couple meetings with them, and embrace and the embrace every time was an honor. So I'm like, anything before I met them, I was supporting everything they did. So
yeah. When
you meet somebody and it's like, oh, you super, like, you know what I'm saying? So Denzel, anything he does, I'm gonna support.
When is Gladiator 2 out, or when does it come out?
I think around Thanksgiving.
Oh, blockbuster.
So. Yeah.
I know what I'm doing. Me and my family always go see a movie at
We're gonna go
Thanksgiving.
check that out. Thanksgiving. It's that, and this is gonna show you how really tapped in I am with movies. I know they just did an adaptation of Wicked, the witch joint.
My daughter
coming out on Thanksgiving.
is so excited about that
You gotta
joint.
take her to see it.
Yeah, she took me to see Inside Out too.
Fire. Thanksgiving,
you already know,
Wicked. You gotta take her to see it.
We're going to see Wicked.
I saw the
too.
preview.
Yeah. Not Wicked 2, the adaptation of Wicked. But yeah, I was actually gonna say you should check out Inside Out too, but you probably saw it.
Yeah. Nah, we gonna check it out.
Yeah.
I try to tap in as much as possible, bro, with that stuff. Like, and it's a lot of artists. This is another gem I'm gonna give you, man.
One more on the way out the door. What's the gem? What's the gem?
How people say you wanna hide something from a nigga, put it in a book.
Yep.
A lot of stuff be in our face. A lot of y'all hit records is in y'all face and stuff that y'all don't want to do with y'all kids, nigga.
God damn.
Your hit record might be in that movie that you take your son to go see, that you might get that strike of inspiration from. And then when you realize that and you hear some shit that you like, that you grew up on, and then realize where it came from, you're like, oh, I didn't know that nigga got it from there. Yeah. Do what you gotta do and God will bless you, nigga.
This is the Cory Gunz show now. This is his second reality show.
You'll get what you not looking for sometimes, doing the things. Success is on the other side of the shit you don't want to do. It could be a minor, I don't feel like taking this garbage out. You throwing that garbage out might bump you into somebody at the elevator that might do, you never fucking know. Do what you gotta do, man. Serve the purpose of good and you'll get what you need to get.
Well, Cory, I think we got what we need to get, man. I really appreciated talking to you. This was a dope interview.
That's love, brother.
And we're going to keep it going after the cameras go off, my G.
Let's go. Now we hit shit. Let's go.
Thanks for coming through.
Thank you, man. Let's go.
Yeah, it's the Almanac of Rap Show. I got opinions and they all factual. No news, just information that you won't be able to use unless you're editing or already trying to impress who's in attendance with endless tidbits of nonsense. We're gonna have a good time, I promise. YouTube rabbit holes, ready deep dives, pulling out old interviews from the archives. Styles, fads, trends,